yell out, you're gonna get thrown out. Just so you know, if you yell out, I'll say, thrown out. I'm gonna get thrown out. Okay, so everybody point to the people booing. Just point.
Like I always tell you guys, people want to hear what they want to hear. People want you to put them over your knee and start rubbing on their head nice and gentle and tell them that sweet music that they want to hear. Now, I can understand why people are upset, but let me explain the situation to you guys. So, Amy Schumer, I believe that's how you pronounce her name, right? No, she's this comedian. I've never watched her stuff. No disrespect to her. I just don't watch her stuff. You know, I stick to watching people like Kevin Hart. And plus, I heard she still jokes. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Now, she was performing, right? And she decided to bring this guy on stage. And don't worry, I'm going to play the video for you guys in its entirety. But she brought this guy on stage and she started to grill him and ask him certain questions like, who are you going to vote for? The guy says he's going to vote for Trump. Then she starts to grill the guy, starts to make fun of Donald Trump's skin, says he looks like an orange with eyeballs. Maybe she didn't say that, but she did make fun of his orange skin. Things got so bad for her, people started to boo her out of her own comedy show. Now, she stood her ground, but they did not stand their ground. Over 200 people left the comedy show. Some of the people said, this is too much. Here are some of the quotes from the show. It's a bit too much. The show became political. I definitely didn't come here for this. So, you know, I can understand how people are feeling, right? I mean, if she's never spoke about her political views before, you come to a comedy show, you don't want to hear that. You came here for comedy. Anyway, roll this video. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section. What would you do in this situation if you went to a comedy show and people just started to talk about politics?
Together. This is great. Please let him up. Yeah, please let him up.
She's drinking.
This is interesting. Maybe we can just, because he doesn't seem like someone who's going to start throwing punches, or he seems like a nice guy. He's a nice guy. You're embarrassed. You're embarrassed. Hi, I'm Amy.
Dave.
Nice to meet you. Thank you so much. I really look forward to talking to you about this. Okay, just so you know, I appreciate you coming up. I am in no way trying to shame you. This isn't going to be a rally for either of us. I just really want to know. So tell me why Trump has your vote.
Because I can't trust Hillary.
Okay, that's... Okay. And why can you trust Trump?
I'm a rhino, which is a Republican name only, and I haven't voted for a Republican since Reagan. But now I have totally flipped. And so, she has...
No, we're not talking about why you don't like Hillary. We're talking about why you like Trump.
I think right now, security for the country is probably the biggest thing that we have. And he's going to protect us with regards to...
With all of his experience with signing ceasefires and... Do you get worried at all? I hope you guys are focused. It's cool to talk to you about this. Do you get worried at all with how impulsive he is, that he gets so fired up from Saturday Night Live doing a skit on him, and being, like, the stuff he's talking about with leaving NAFTA and everything, like, do you get worried he'll be impulsive and get us in a lot of fucking trouble we can't get out of?
Well, I'm an attorney, so I get really scared when I hear some of the stuff he says, but... I'm not really voting for Trump, I'm voting against him.
Okay, you can go sit down. So thank you, I appreciate that. That's what I thought. Does anyone, he's going to be able to protect us. Okay, so we won't get any more into it. I really appreciate that. That was just cool to hear what one guy, who doesn't seem like a psychopath, why he would want to vote for that orange... sexual assaulting, fake college starting monster. Of course, we're in Florida, you're gonna boo. I found this week real triggering. Can you bring the lights up in here? This week was real triggering. If you've ever experienced Ladies, if you're a survivor of any kind of sexual assault, please stand up. You don't have to. If you feel comfortable enough, if you've been sexually assaulted, please stand up. If you've been sexually assaulted, please, yeah. Thank you, ladies, for standing up. I appreciate it. Give them a hand, please. And you, sir, you guys. Okay, you can sit down. Thank you. I wish that were true, but it is 1 in 6 of us. I am one. Okay, we can put the lights back down. But you guys are very cute, and there's not as many very old people as I thought. So I can't imagine looking at my little niece, who's 2.5, and saying, like, this is our president. He wants to finger his daughter. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. That's a quote that's not mine. So anyway, I wish I could claim that quote, but so I like Hillary because I performed at her. I know you're here to laugh, but you know what? You choose your life. You choose the way you want to live your life. It's just too important. It's just too important. So we're gonna spend 5 minutes. We got 1 more minute talking about it. And you have every right to go to the bathroom, or you can leave, whatever you want. But for 5 minutes, I'm gonna talk about stuff. It's up to you. It's up to you, Tampa. So I was asked to perform at her birthday party. Yeah, and that's like a very high-end thing for me, you know? So I go, and I did stand up, and it went well. So I was going home to celebrate with pasta in the dark. And then, okay, so just so you know, from now on, if you yell out, you're gonna get thrown out. Just so you know, if you yell out, I'll say, throw them out. We get thrown out. Okay, so everybody point to the people booing. Just point to. Okay, so go.
Told you.
Right. So yeah, just throw. If anybody starts acting up. So anyway, after I did my set, this woman's like, "Wait, Amy, aren't you going to stay for the party?" And I was like, "Oh no, like I'm going home," and I explained about the pasta. And then she understood, and she was like, "But Demi Lovato and John Legend are performing." And I was like, "Ooh, enjoy that, bye," you know. And then she goes, "But you're sitting next to the secretary." And I went, "Of what?" She went, "Of state." And I went, "What state?" You know? New Jersey? And she's like, "No." I was like, "Oh my god, I'm sitting next to fucking Hillary at her birthday?" And she was like, "Yes." So I go, and they see me, and she's there, and I'm just like, And she goes, "Okay, so yeah, throw that back." So I go, she goes, "Good job." And I go, "Happy birthday." And then I was like saying to myself, like, "Amy, just shut the fuck up. You don't have anything interesting to say to this woman. Leave her alone. She gets people throwing shit at her all day. Just shut your mouth." And so we watched, and Demi Lovato performed, and we were both like, and then John Legend performed, and I'm just like staring at her and not talking, and then I'm like, there's no food served at these things, you know, and I have that pasta situation at home, so, and you end up drinking, obviously, so, then like, the night's almost over, and I'm just like, psst. And she's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "What are you drinking?" That's how I use my time. And she's like, "Actually, I can't drink lately because I'm so busy." And I was like, "Me too." You know, I was like, "I get it." And that's where it should have ended. I should have just left her alone. I was like, "You have your story, just shut up, bitch." But I'm just like, "Well, what do you like to drink, Hillary?" Like, I just couldn't let it lie there. "What are your favorite drinks, Hillary?" Like, what a fucking idiot. And she goes, I like beer and wine. And I went, what about tequila? And she goes, I'll be honest with you, I don't really like it. I only drink it when my friends make me. And I'm like, who's hazing? Like, who's like, take the shot, you bitch! Like this Schumer, like, we're drawing a cock on your forehead when you fall asleep, Quentin. Like, who the fuck is doing this? And it's so annoying when, I don't know, when famous people talk about this, anything having to do with this shit. You're like, shut up, but then you're like, oh wait, I actually have a platform right now, so you just have to talk about it. Like last summer, these two women, Macy Bro and Jillian Johnson, they got shot when they went to see my movie in the theater, and it really broke my heart that these women